Welcome back to Capitol Tonight. Joining me now is Mr. Charles O'Neal. He is the president for the Texas Association of African American Chamber of Commerce. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you, Ben.
We have a lot to talk about. Let's start with the state of black businesses and how they fare here in Texas and also nationally as well.
Well, you were with us on this past Thursday, and we had our Black Business Day at the Capitol because black businesses have lagged against the rest of the marketplace. One of those small things that we talked about a little bit earlier, one of the small factoids that doesn't typically get noticed is that Texas has led the nation in the rate of business formation among African Americans for nearly 2 decades. Just from the last survey of business owners that was released here about 3 months ago, there are now about 250,000 black-owned businesses. That's up from just a hair over 200,000, or a hair less than 200,000 just 5 years ago. So we've seen about a 30% increase in the last 5 years. What we've not experienced, as I mentioned also, is a corresponding increase in revenue. We think as an organization that public spending plays a key role in the growth and development of black-owned businesses, where these businesses are about 10% of the total universe of businesses in Texas, and black people are about 13%. One other factoid, by 2020, the next census, Texas will have the second largest black population among the 50 states. We pay taxes at a pro rata share, about 13% of the state's revenues, yet at this point, contract awards to black-owned businesses is about 1.28%. We think that represents just a huge opportunity for growth and development of the businesses that we represent. Again, 250,000 men and women who have committed themselves to earning a living in the world of business.
So what are some factors maybe that contribute to, maybe some challenges that black business owners or potential business owners who are trying to make that step a reality?
All businesses struggle with access to capital. So that's a given. That's a non-starter. Everybody knows that. It takes money to get going. Black businesses, in this case, and again, particularly in public sector contracting, have struggled because, I hate to use cliche terms, but the system has not been conducive to inclusion. Here again, the cliche old boy system. It really does exist, and it exists to the detriment of anything other than white-owned businesses. And so, our job as an advocacy organization is to pinpoint, explain to those folk involved, from the governor on down, directors of agencies, that these policies or these procedures that they're employing don't work. Or, if they did work, conversely, we would not be at 1.22% or 1.28%. So, where you have hub coordinators aren't allowed to participate in the contract award process. That's a problem. They're more familiar with black-owned businesses or ethnic minority-owned businesses than are their peers in the procurement process or the purchasing side, but they can't provide input to support the bid opportunity for these other businesses. And so that continues to be a problem.
Well, last week we saw the governor speaking a little bit on this issue with you guys over there at Black Business Day at the Capitol. Tell me, how has it been working with the governor versus, this time around versus maybe his predecessor?
You may have heard, and just before we introduced the governor, I mentioned that I guess it was in the session in 13, we asked Governor Perry for a meeting and have to this point not yet received a response. And so, to his credit, Governor Abbott has opened his doors. He's met with us. He's kept his staff engaged with us. It may be a little premature to say that it's dramatically different, but it is different in that at least we have a conversation. We have high expectations that that conversation will lead to the kind of results that we think make best sense for our businessmen.
Mr. Charles O'Neal, thank you so much for joining us. He's the president of the Texas Association of African American Chambers of Commerce. We'll have more Capital Tonight coming up after the break.